Hello, so my name is Dakota Bennett. I'm here with Career Services, and we have a few of our assistant career advisors with us today. Do you want to introduce yourself and your major?
My name is Hannah Chan. I'm an educational studies major. I am a my pronouns are she, her as my students.
Hi everybody, my name is Jacob Anderson. I'm a junior PhD at Boston studying computer science and software engineering with a focus on information assurance and cybersecurity. My pronouns are he.
My pronouns are she, her. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Career Services, which I really appreciate the questions you had earlier. They really intertwine both with what you're doing in your classes, what you're doing with your major, and how that match up with your career path and what can you be doing to really take those next steps. So to begin with, I'm curious and kind of wanting to know, what are your goals in our time together? So what are some topics or questions you have off the top of your head that you're hoping that we touch on? Make sure we cover them.
How many people know the resources that Career Services offers, or the services we offer? So just to give like a quick overview, Career Services helps students with like their resumes, cover letters, interviewing skills. So we do like mock interviews as well as other things for students. But even before that, we also do like career exploration depending on your majors, and just different services. So we basically can take you from the very beginning to the very end of your kind of career journey here at UW Bothell. So even though you're first year students and you may not know the major you're in yet, we do have services for you, whether it's just like kind of taking you in and exploring different majors and different career paths, as well as just creating a resume, applying for internships and different things like that. So maybe related to any of those topics, any questions or any things you might want to learn more about? Yeah.
So I heard your office offers a website called Handshake, and it's like, if you explain like what's its uses and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll cover that towards the end of this one. That sounds perfect. Great question. Anything else? All right. That is a great question because Handshake doesn't really make sense by just the name of it. To begin with, we have 2 career internship specialists. And so Jill and I both meet with students on one-on-one appointments, and they're mostly about exploring careers and majors, job and internship search strategies, how to really, when you're thinking about like what major you're going to do or what career path you're going to do, how do you network with professionals and learn more about the industry. And then our assistant career advisors, we have 6 of them, although just 2 are here with us today, and they meet to speak about resumes. So they'll do resume reviews, cover letter reviews, LinkedIn reviews. They can check out your Handshake account, help you navigate Handshake, as well as do mock interviews, which are super helpful. And the feedback we've received from students is that really it's much more awkward to pretend to go through an interview than to actually go through the real interview. And so this is a really good chance and opportunity to get constructive feedback, to practice, to know kind of what questions are going to be asked in an interview and be able to best prepare yourself when that time comes. So will you show them where we can make appointments on the website?
Yeah.
So these appointments last half an hour. The mock interviews we schedule for 1 hour just because it usually takes around 45 minutes. And then if you have further questions, we can provide like tips and guidance as well as doing an actual mock interview. And we have, where I meet with undergrad students for these topics, and Jill will meet with grad students and alumni. So as I said earlier, that you still have access to all our services up to 2 years after you graduate. And then using Handshake, which is our job search database and where you can search for jobs and internships, both full-time and part-time. That will be available as alumni ongoing, so even past the 2 years after you've left the school. So Jill meets with our grad students, alumni, and then students who are interested in grad school to work on graduate school applications. Oh, will you show them on our website, like the person? Yeah, just like where it's located.
Yeah, so it's kind of like to see right now, our website is uw.edu/careers with an SPN. But if you just scroll a little bit down and on the far right, it just says for undergrad students to make an appointment. This is not the actual page that you guys will be shown, but then in this area right here, it'll just say make an appointment. and then it'll like give you different options that you can choose from to narrow down to what exactly you want to get done. So if you want a resume, cover letter, mock interview, any of those, it'll show you different options and times.
And if you click View Appointment Options, it'll also tell you more about those types of appointments and how to prepare for them. And a few different things. So we used to do workshops, and we would get pretty low attendance, and so we started talking to students about, hey, what can we do to like change the times? What is really going to be the most effective strategy to be able to deliver this content? Because what we were hearing from students was that the content was really important, really helpful, and valuable, but the students just weren't able to attend it because we're all very busy with classes and athletics and organizations and internships and jobs and your social life. So what we've done is we've taken all of our workshops that we normally take about an hour to do, and we've combined them into 5-minute videos, just these quick 5-minute like webinars. And you have access to these all the time. So they're under videos and virtual services. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the topics. So we go from kind of all of our 3 main focuses of explore, build, and connect. Of explore, kind of exploring pathways, majors, identifying what types of organizations, what values do you care about in your work environment, to the building resumes, cover letters, interviewing skills, networking strategies, in looking at connections, of connecting with employers. So we've broken up into those 3 sections. These are excellent. We have some folks even as well towards international students. And you can have access to these whenever, so you can use them at any time. We also do online resume reviews, cover letter reviews, so you can email us your materials you want reviewed. You still make an appointment with us, you just write in the comments that it's an online resume review, or if you want to do like a phone or Skype appointment, sometimes students have like phone or Skype interviews, and so they want to practice those, and so that's a perfect way to really do that. And just put in the comments when you're making an appointment with us, and you'll be able to do that so you can work remotely with us. Other focuses are our resumes and cover letters are probably what we have the most appointments with. And so would you like to show them how to make, like how to see different resume components and see our samples?
Yeah. So the resumes and cover letters. And then if you go to, if we're specifically looking for resumes, click on resumes one more time. And here you can just see our sample resumes. You can start with general and go to anything very specific. Who here is thinking of applying to an internship sometime throughout their major? Cool. Awesome. So most of you. Okay. Now, how many of you have already decided on your major or are pretty sure what you're going to apply for? Okay, so still most of you. So cool. So first off, just to start out with, I would definitely recommend coming in for a resume review appointment probably 2 to 3 months before you start applying for your internship. Because it does take time to fine-tune your resume to the internships that you're applying for. Just to start out with, I would definitely recommend going through these sample resumes to get an idea of what you should be looking for in terms of formatting, layout, and just the general structure of a resume.
And the purpose of a resume is to get you an interview. It's not meant to get you the job itself. And so there's like a series of steps that we recommend you take before you actually apply. So it's not just like come in once and then you're done, you're ready to apply. But it's like we fine-tune exactly what it is that you're looking for in that internship, and then we kind of tailor your resume to that. And then we help you prepare with mock interview questions, and it's this whole series of steps. It's not just like one and done. And we're here to like make you most comfortable with your internships and like just really excited about it, not just like nervous.
Yeah. And then we also have resources for cover letters as well. We have a cover letter description as well as some samples on there as well. I would always recommend students to provide a cover letter with their application if you can, because through the application process, a cover letter just gets your voice or gets more.
It allows you to kind of explain the objective explanation of like your experiences from your resume, and pull those off into a story format of being able to explain your passion, your interest for that position, and why you specifically would be really a great fit for their company.
Yeah, and it just allows you to kind of explain your experience in that story format. and gives you more voice in the application process. So yeah.
I always saw your resume as more of like an objective version of yourself, and your cover letter as more of a subjective version. So like on your resume, on your school section, you could say, I have like 4 years of customer service, but then in your cover letter, you can say exactly what you learned and like what skills you gained from those 4 years. And so that it's a little bit more subjective. You can add a little bit more of your voice, and you can show your excitement in your cover letter. Yeah.
And then to talk about Handshake. So Handshake is our UW job search database. We just switched over from another platform last year, and we found that this one is really increased in the number of employers engaging with it, because a lot more universities use this. And so what the process is that employers can go post a position on Handshake, and they can see a list of different universities that they want to post to, and so they can specifically choose who they want to post to. So anything that you all see on Handshake will be specific to UW. So it's any employers who are wanting to promote their positions to UW Bothell or UW Seattle students will be there. So it's allowing you to kind of have that leg up to be able to apply for things that employers have targeted UW Bothell students for. Oh, you pulled it up already. That's fantastic. I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah. So Handshake is kind of similar to LinkedIn. You can search jobs, and you can also create your own profile with your own experience. And it does pull some of your education in there just so it's a little easier to fill out your profile. But say if you're applying for, let's just say, software engineering internships. It just comes up with companies that have gone through the Handshake process. So they're looking for students from UW Bothell to fill their internships. And then you can even go through and narrow it down to like Seattle and find jobs that are really relevant to you versus like going on different platforms that have ads and kind of get bogged down in companies that you may or may not want. And so you can be very specific and find jobs that you'd be really excited to have an internship with.
And then I know that some of you were concerned about like having an internship, but then not like wanting to get paid in that internship. My favorite thing about Handshake is that you get to add all these different filters to it. So like I have to have an internship, but I have to get paid, but I also have to have work study, but I also have to be in my major. Like Handshake allows you to filter it out specifically to what you need so that you're able to get exactly like the perfect fit for you. But then let's just choose this one for now. When you go on there, there's all this information about like the job itself, and so rather than having to go to all these different job sites, Handshake allows you to just go on the Handshake website and find all this information about that job, as well as just the position description, and you can see whether or not you fit in with it perfectly. And so then in this specific job, this person wouldn't be able to fit in exactly, and so then they'll see like, oh, I probably won't enjoy this job as much because it's not within my major. It's not something that this like employer has said that this person would enjoy within this major.
So the employer preferences is what the employer prefers. So things that are specific. So if you're applying and you're a community psychology major, but you find that the position you're applying for is specifically for education majors, they might say they prefer education majors. And so you can still always apply. It doesn't block you from applying if you don't meet their employer preferences, but it will just be, it'll give you that knowledge that they are preferring another major that they're going to give like first dibs to. And sometimes there's times when just like employers don't really recognize like the different majors, or there's recruiters going through really quickly, and so they may not actually choose the correct major. So you might be like, this is a perfect like community psychology working at a summer camp. This actually would be a desired major, and even in the position description it says that they would like students who are majoring in psychology or sociology, which would be society, ethics, and youth behavior, or community psychology here. And so in that case, like I would still encourage you to apply, even if you're not meeting those employer preferences. Times that I would probably not apply is like if you're seeing that you're not matching the school year and they're just accepting applications with folks who have like a master's degree. In that case, yeah, if you're like not meeting the minimum requirements in that sense, then you might not want to apply based on that amount of time. Will you show them how to do a safe search?
A safe search?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Sure, yeah. So I think Handshake is very user-friendly. When you first sign in, it's going to give you the option of choosing your school, and so you'll choose University of Washington. We're combined with Seattle and Bothell, and it's a little bit confusing just at that moment when you first click because you'll see University of Washington and University of Washington Tacoma. So we're not missing, we've just collaborated with Seattle, so anyone posting University of Washington, you'll be able to see all of those. So when you first sign in, click on jobs, and you get to this list of jobs, you can put in any filters that you want. So I can say, I want to look within 15 miles of Bothell, and on this filter, I'm going to include that I'm working in the community and social services as the job function. See jobs. And then if I want to create like a search alert, say I'm really looking for these positions, let's narrow down to internships to kind of just narrow it down further. So in 23 items here, I can click over here on the right side on Get Email Alerts, and it'll pop up here as the top new job search alert that I've created. And then you can click Email Alerts on, and you can change that title. So this could specifically be, let's see, what did I choose? Internships in Bothell. Or this could, I don't remember the major that I selected. What did you say? Did I choose psychological? So you can change that. You can have this emailed to you daily or weekly. If you select in-app, what that does is it puts like a notification in the website when you log in. It's also mobile friendly, so you can apply for jobs from your phone. So if I'm going to save this and I'm going to start getting these positions emailed to me every day, I'll be the first to know whenever these positions pop up that meet all my filters. And so you can put in a ton of different search alerts for maybe you want one specifically, a summer internship. You could put in a keyword summer, and that's going to narrow it down to the ones that have summer somewhere in the position description or in the title. And I might do like a daily one for this one, but the one without summer, like a weekly one, because it's going to be a larger batch of numbers. You can also favorite jobs or favorite employers. One nice thing with Handshake is you can actually update your profile a lot like LinkedIn. You can put a photo, you enter your major, your grad year, and also upload your resume here. And what this does is it allows, one, that recruiters can then look at your profile and reach out to you when they see that you would be a good fit for their company and offer to like do an interview or to connect with you. And also you can save your resumes through here. So when you go to apply for a position, you don't have to start from scratch. You can actually just click apply. You can upload your resume from the list of resumes you've saved in here. Most likely, you're going to be tailoring your resumes and your cover letters each time to the employers, and so you'd probably be wanting to upload a new one each time. But it does allow you to have a lot of different options. Does that help answer questions around Handshake?
Yeah,
Okay.
very helpful.
Cool. Any final questions on career services?
Applying to internships, resumes, cover letters.
We are located in the Student Success Center in the first floor of UW 1. And so when you first enter, you're going to see a welcome desk. And if you've made an appointment, you can check in there. Otherwise, we do drop-in hours every day, Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 4:30 in the Student Success Center. And we also have Mondays and Tuesdays, 1 to 2 p.m. in the Diversity Center. We do drop-in hours. Other than that, our hours are 9 to 5 every day and then until 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
When should we start looking into internships?
Awesome question. Yeah, there's really no magic number of when to start looking. I recommend early as possible. A lot of recruiters and employers are hiring during the fall quarter. So they'll come to career fairs, they'll attend events on campus, employer info sessions, and so those are really good times to be able to engage with employers, and they might be hiring for an internship that's in the summer. But if you look at Handshake or Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, any of those job search databases, you'll see that there's constantly internships ongoing throughout the year. It can take up to 3 months to get hired, so I think always looking ahead is really useful. And then there's other times where you might form a connection, be talking to an employer, and they say hey, you could start this quarter. And so I think realistically, you want to look at least 3 months ahead. And it also depends on your industry and when they're hiring as well.
But as first year students, just to add on to that, it's great to start now looking at internships, because if you find that dream internship that you want, you can see the skills that they need. You can talk to employers and say, what's the best way to prepare for this? Because sometimes, especially in like STEM and business degrees, they require a certain set of skills sometimes. So it's good to look at that now. That way, when you finally go to apply, you have those skills and you can hopefully get that internship. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you being here. If